going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel, Cooking with Mama Mav. I am so happy to have you here, and it's me, Mama Mav. Y'all, we are cooking smothered pork chops on a bed of creamy mashed potatoes, y'all. If you have not already, please subscribe to my channel, y'all, because it would help me so much. And if you came back, like you've been here multiple times because you like what you see and you see what you like, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and also ring that bell, y'all. Ring-a-ding-ding, so you will always be informed on the notifications and when I post another video. And yeah, so without further ado, y'all, let's go ahead and jump into the video. You're just going to slice your onion. I decided to use a large onion, but half of it, and you just slice it to the thickness that you would like it. Here we're going to go into the pork chops. We are going to place them on the cutting board so we can go ahead and season them. Make sure you always wash your meat before you use it. So that's just me getting it from being rinsed off. Patted it dry really well so all the seasoning will stick to your meat. First thing you saw me use was some garlic. Now we're going to use some smoked paprika. This is going to be for the color and also for a little kick. Then we're going to have some pepper, then some Creole Seasoning, and just make sure you pat it all over so everything is covered. I'm getting all the extras off the cutting board because you never want to waste your seasonings. And I'm just going to repeat the same seasonings again on the other side. Once you've got all the seasoning you like on your pork chop, you're just going to set it to the side and you're going to give it time to just marinate in all that flavor before you throw it on the skillet. Alright, y'all, so we have our cast iron skillet on the stove. We're actually going to add some bacon grease to this and butter. So, no, it's not healthy, but it's going to taste good. So, I'm going to add a little bit of bacon grease, a little bit of butter, and that's going to be the oil that I'm going to use to saute the pork chops in. So in goes the butter, y'all. I did about 2 to 3 teaspoons of butter. Then I added the bacon grease, and I did about a tablespoon of that. It's just up to you how much you want to put in there according to how many pork chops you're going to be frying and how big your pork chops are. Here I'm just making sure that the two are working together in the pan, just getting all the flavors mixed together before I get those fat boy pork chops and put them in the skillet. I'm just waiting a little bit so the skillet gets to the temperature that I want it. And if you guys could, you would hear that wonderful sizzling once it's hit the heat. So you're going to let your pork chops cook about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. Remember, you're not cooking your pork chops all the way through because they're going to finish cooking once you add them to your gravy. So I'm just taking them off the heat, grabbing my onions, throwing those in the skillet, putting some garlic in there also, about a tablespoon of garlic, just getting all those flavors incorporated together. I'm letting my onions cook down as much as possible just to a really translucent and soft stage. You might feel like you're waiting forever, but just put them on low and let them go. Here I'm just adding a little flour because the roux gets started with your flour. So I put about a tablespoon of flour in there, and I'm just mixing it all up, getting all those bits from the bottom to come up. Just working the pan as much as possible, and you're not going to let it sit in this stage. You're just going to keep stirring until it gets to that thickness to where you want it. Once it does, you're going to grab your vegetable broth, chicken broth, beef broth, whatever broth you prefer, and you're going to go ahead and incorporate that into your pan, and you're just going to keep stirring and stirring and stirring. As you see, it's getting thicker and to that yummy stage. Then you're going to go ahead and add your heavy whipping cream and stir that bad boy some more. I decided I wanted a little bit more broth in there, but you're just stirring it till, you know, you get it to where you want it. I'm adding a little bit of rosemary to the mix, just incorporating all those flavors. And then I'm going to let it sit, which you guys didn't get to see. You let it sit for a little bit to get to that thickness you wanted. Then you're going to throw your pork chops in there. And do not forget to put the juice from the pork chops in there as well. And you're just going to let those soak, y'all. Just let your pork chops absorb all that gravy and deliciousness. You're going to let it do that on both sides for probably about 5 minutes, more on each side. And then we're done, y'all. We're ready to plate. I made the mashed potatoes off camera. These ones were a little bit different. I did add some parsley in there, and I added some Parmesan cheese. And we're just going to put our pork chop right on top of those mashed potatoes, just covering it with that yummy, yummy gravy. And it's up to you how much gravy you want. Either a little bit or a lot. This is for the hubby. Y'all already know. So you can make it as pretty or as whatever you want it to look like. Just make it look as pretty as you can, because you eat with your eyes before you eat with your mouth. Give it a little bit of color with adding just a little bit of parsley on top. And voila, y'all, we did the thing. And just look at that pork chop, y'all, and those mashed potatoes, the gravy on top. Looks so good, beautiful color, and it's off to be delivered to the hubby. He's been waiting patiently like always, and he is going to be a happy camper. We did it, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining me for this video. I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging in there with me. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. If you learned anything new from this video, please share it in the comments below. I would love to know. I would love to hear your experiences, whether you try to do this yourself in the kitchen, whatever it is. Leave it in those comments below. And y'all, until next time, thank you again so much. Bye.